Hi, welcome to Top 10 Business News today. Today we'll discuss the first five news, and I'm reading from the Business Standard, Friday, 1st November 2019 from Kolkata. First news is about Adani Fairfax GMR in the race to operate the Jewar airport. The top infrastructure company firms, including a foreign bidder, have bid to build and operate the second airport in Delhi. People aware of the development said that the Adani Group Delhi International Airport, we call it DIAL, Canada-based Fairfax Financial Holdings and Zurich Airport have bid for the project, which, when fully functional, will entail an investment of rupees 15,000 crore. DIAL is operated by GMR Infra. Technical bids will open on November 6, followed by the financial bids on the November 29. The second news is about the SEBI's norms about the NPA disclosure by the banks. So, SEBI tightens the norm for NPA disclosure by banks. The Security and Exchange Board of India on Thursday tightens the asset quality disclosure norms for the banks. The regulator has directed all listed lenders to make disclosure pertaining to divergences and provisioning within a day of receipt of RBI's final risk assessment report. Earlier, banks used to make these disclosures as a part of their annual financial statements. Also, in the past, the regulators had frowned upon certain banks for making selective disclosures from RAR, the financial risk, and the final risk assessment report, an annual exercise conducted by RBI. The third news is about the budgetary support demanded by NHAI. NHAI wants rupees 25,000 crore more budgetary support. The National Highway Authority of India (NHAI) has sought rupees 25,000 crore more from the centre for next financial year FY21 to fund its ambitious highway projects. The NHAI has approval to raise rupees 75,000 crore in borrowing during the current year, while the government support is of rupees 36,691 crore. The third top news is from the ease of doing business. The ease of doing business, enforcing contracts, and fettered judiciary. Though India continues its upward march in the ease of doing business rankings, climbing up to 63rd place in the latest edition, the country continues to remain a laggard at 163rd place among the 190 countries. When it comes to enforcement of contracts, the reason why India falters on this front is not hard to figure out, says experts. This is a direct reflection of the state of India's judiciary. Moving up the ranks is challenging. It shows how reforming the functioning of judiciary of India is so complex, says Surya Prakash BS, Program Director at Daksh, a research agency measuring judiciary or judicial performance. Uh, and the fourth news is from the Reliance Jio's bailout. Reliance Jio opposes bailout, says telecom firms can pay up. Reliance Jio on the Thursday said its older competitor Vodafone Idea Bharti Airtel should get no easing on the terms of Supreme Court order to deposit past dues within the stipulated 3 months. In the letter to Telecom Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad on Thursday, it said both have the capacity to do so, and even in unlikely event of failure, there would be no adverse impact on the sector dynamics given the existence of vibrant competition, including presence of the public sector units, as well as absence of any restriction on the entry of new operators. Then the fifth news comes from the Sensex intraday high. The Sensex scales fresh intraday high. The benchmark Sensex on Thursday surpassed its previous intraday record high of 40,312 made on the June 4. The index of 30 blue chip companies touched a new all-time intraday high of 40,392 before pairing the bulk of the gains. The Sensex is now at the same level it was in the June. However, many of its components have seen dramatic changes in the fortunes. Among the best performing Sensex stocks in the past 100 days are Asian Paints up to 30%, the Hindustan Unilever 23% and the Bajaj Finance up to 16%, and on the other hand Yes Bank down by 52%, Tata Steel by 20% and IndusInd down by 18% have seen the biggest losers during this period. In the terms of index points, the Reliance Industries 426 points contribution to the Sensex gains and ICICI Bank 289 points have made the biggest contribution, while the ITC minus 178 points and the State Bank of India has caused the biggest deficit. Since June 4, 18 Sensex stocks have given positive returns, but returns for only 6 have been in the double digit. Out of the 14 stocks that have given negative returns, about half a dozen have dropped over the 10%. So this was, and I will give you the figures on the biggest gainer and the biggest losers. The biggest gainers are Asian Paints 29.66%, Hindustan Lever 23.46%, Bajaj Finance 16.2%, Bajaj Auto 13.48%, Maruti Suzuki India 11.64%, and the biggest losers are Yes Bank minus 51.73%, Tata Steel minus 19.97%, IndusInd Bank minus 17.83%, ONGC minus 17.12%, and SBI minus 11.43% since the June. So this was the top 5 news of today, 1st November. We'll come up with other good top news. Keep in touch.